Hello! Today we're looking at a brilliant way to get into the hobby of home brewing. Making a beer kit is a great start, so let us look at some of the essential equipment and also some of the added extras that will make your brew day easier. Today we're talking about how to get into home brewing, or perhaps how to gift a present for someone who does want to get into home brewing. A great way to get into home brewing is with one of the beer kits or cider kits. Now these are available in a huge range for many different styles of both beer and cider. They're very easy to make. Each kit comes with its own instructions, which is actually on the packet and indeed on our website as well. Here at the Malt Miller, we strongly believe in selling you only the equipment that you're actually going to need, and also the equipment that's going to be useful for your complete brewing hobby. So the items that you're buying now can be used all in the future. To successfully brew a beer or cider kit, there's a bare minimum amount of equipment that you require. Let's have a look at the very basics that you require to successfully make a beer or cider kit. Here we have a 30-litre fermenter, and it has a bubbler airlock, and it also has a tap on the bottom. We also need something to stir the wort with. So here we have what we call a mash paddle. We also have a hydrometer, some no-rinse sanitizer, and a screw-top bottle. These are what are traditionally called beer kits, and here we have just a small selection of the range that we stock here at the Malt Miller. So the range of these beer kits is vast. We have traditional bitters that you can brew, but we also have, and this is the really exciting part, the new really modern styles of hazy IPA, hazy pale ales, Belgian beers. You can brew hard seltzer, you can brew pilsners, and you can also brew New England IPAs. Some of these now come with dry hops. This will improve the quality of the finished beer even further. Within our beer kit range, there's various different products available. These are traditionally called one-can kits. Now they're called one-can kits because you get a can of extract, be that malt extract for the beers, or it might be concentrated apple juice for the ciders. Now when you make these, you also are required to add some sort of sugar extender. Now that may be malt extract, or it may be dextrose. Some sort of sugar will be required. Now we always say that to make the best of these kits, to use malt extract as the extender for the beers. This is our Mangrove Jack's craft series range. Now within this product range, they have various different beer styles. This is a modern way of packaging a beer kit. It's a pouch within a pouch. So on one side you have the malt extract, and on the dry side is included the yeast, the instructions, and in some cases the dry hops. The entire Mangrove Jack's craft series range require an extender. Now we recommend their own brand of malt extract. These are what's commonly called two-can kits, or can be referred to as the more premium range of beer kits. Now they all include 2 cans or maybe 2 pouches of malt extract. They include the yeast, and in some cases they include dry hops and also sugar for carbonating your beer at packaging. If you're in any doubt if there's any products that you need to add in addition to buying the beer kit, please refer to our website. If you're brewing a beer kit, some of them call for a brewing enhancer or a type of sugar. That's what we have here. So we've got dextrose, also known as brewing sugar, and you can buy that in any amount from 1 kilo upwards. We have dry malt extract, we have liquid malt extract here, and we have the Mangrove Jack's version of the liquid malt extract that comes packaged so that you can use it in the correct sizes for the Mangrove Jack's craft series brew kits. If you're brewing a hard seltzer or a cider, our recommendation is that you go for the brewing sugar. If you're brewing any type of beer, then actually we really do recommend that you use the malt extract. Now, it will add slightly to the price that you're paying. However, the end result will be a much fuller bodied product. Once you've followed the instructions and your beer kit is fully fermented out, you're going to need to package your beer. Historically, many people have used what they call pressure barrels. These can act a bit like a cask or replicate a cask. At the homebrew level, we really don't recommend this route. The pressure barrels tend to leak and they're really not very reliable. Actually, a much better way, especially when you're starting to brew, is to bottle your beer. You can replicate a bottle conditioned beer really easily at home, following just a few simple steps. So the aim is that you're going to end up with bottle conditioned beer. Now to do that, you're going to need to add some sort of sugar to the bottle. Now we can do that in a couple of different ways. We can either add a carbonation drop, or we can add some dextrose or brewing sugar, or you can use simple table sugar that you might have at home. So depending on the size of the bottle that you're going to be using, you're going to need to use a varying different amounts of sugar. Check out our website for the calculators for this. When you bottle your beer, there's a few different routes you can take. We sell flip top beer bottles, the brown ones. These are like the Grolsch bottles that you might have seen in the supermarket. We also sell these Cooper's brand 500ml PET bottles. Now these are actually a really great way to start. They are brown, so they've got an oxygen barrier in them. They've got an oxygen scavenging lid, because at this stage we don't want any oxygen to get into the finished beer. One top tip is, if you're using the Cooper's bottles, is to keep the box that the bottles came in. They're very light and they fall about, and if you can keep them in the box whilst you're adding the sugar, you'll make it a whole lot easier. The simplest way is to use carbonation drops, or you can use brewing sugar or perhaps table sugar from home. And we suggest using a measuring spoon and a funnel. One thing to remember is, if you're recreating a bottle conditioned beer or re-fermenting in the bottle, it means that you're going to have an amount of sediment in the bottom of the bottle. The clearer the beer going into the bottle, the less sediment you will have. And also, if you keep your beers in the fridge nice and upright, you'll end up with less sediment in the glass when you actually pour the beer out. Here we have our beer kit equipment bundle. This is designed to have everything you need to make a beer, cider or hard seltzer kit, with a few add-ons to make your brew day and producing your beer that little bit easier. This upgraded equipment bundle contains 48 of the Cooper's 500ml plastic screw top bottles, a bottling stick, a trial jar for your hydrometer, some ChemClean cleaner, a bottle rinser and a bottle tree. If you want to know how to make one of these beer kits, follow this link. Now, all manner of brewing at home requires strict cleaning and sanitizing. Now, for our most basic kits, we don't include a dedicated cleaner. It's not actually necessary. There's a few golden rules with brewing at home, and one of those is do your absolute utmost not to let anything dry on your fermenter or bottles or anything else. With a fermenter, you simply need to fill it completely with warm water. That will dissolve the remnants of the fermentation, and then just wipe it round with a cloth. Make sure it's absolutely spotlessly clean. This is helped with a dedicated cleaner, but it's not strictly necessary. What is necessary is to completely sanitize all equipment that touches your beer. All of our starter sets include some no rinse sanitizer. Simply follow the instructions on the pack or on our website. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell, and also follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video interesting.